3. What's up guys? Welcome back to our channel. Hi, we got our channel back. So for those of you who don't know and you guys are like, what are you talking about? Like, you want to explain to the class?
Oh my gosh, you guys. So first and foremost, this is, I don't know how lengthy this is gonna be, but it's you guys need to get your seatbelts and fasten them because we're taking you guys for one hell of a ride. We got our fucking channel hacked. Like, getting your channel hacked, coming from a YouTuber's perspective, is like the worst case scenario. Think of it in a sense of you have a car and your car is your reliable source to get to your job, and your car gets stolen and you wake up and you see that your car's stolen. That's like worst.
And then you're calling the cops and the cops are like, sorry, we have other things to do, we can't help you right
exactly
now. And we're gonna get back to you in a few days.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
Like I said, if you guys have been living under a rock for the past few days, on Saturday, August 15th of 2020, 2020, we got our channel hacked. Our YouTube channel was hacked by what we're calling these Russian hackers. So below, I don't know if you guys can see, but there are tabs if you guys want to skip ahead and see like which part of whatever, if you guys don't care about the whole situation. So then click on whichever timestamp you guys want to skip ahead to.
All right guys, so on the day, picture this, okay? So like a little mirage. Close your eyes while you guys are watching this video. Can you hear me in the right earphone? Can you hear me in the left earphone?
I'm gonna be so weak if they can just hear you like in one earphone.
So on the day of August 15th, 2020, the day that will forever mark it'll always like be in our memory, our minds.
Our world
like,
was shook that day.
Yeah, it was shook.
I don't mean because we live in California. Sorry, earthquakes over here. Sorry.
As a YouTuber, one of the most fundamental things that you run into are brands. Brand deals are a huge role, a huge fundamental process in building your channel and building your brand and who you want to be. So there was one day I seen that a brand had reached out to us to work together to promote a game called Paradise Lost. So I decided to move forward with them. We got everything squared away. We got all talking points and requirements figured out and stuff like that.
Everything seemed legit. We've worked with hundreds of brands already, and we know what contracts look like. We know what brand deals look like. Everything seemed legit about this brand. This
individual wanted to communicate through WhatsApp, and I'm not new to WhatsApp. I have communicated with multiple brands through this app before. So while we were communicating through WhatsApp, the individual that I was talking to had given me a link to check the game out. So pretty much what I had to do was download the game, test the game out for about a week. If I liked it, I gave pretty much my opinion on the game, and then we would move forward with doing the brand deal. Throughout the entire process that I was downloading the game on my computer, the game wasn't working. I tried to install the link, and whenever I would try to open the link, nothing would happen. So I was texting this individual that I was working with saying, hey, whenever I try to open the link, nothing's happening. So the individual reached back out to me and they're like, oh, it's just technical difficulties. Let's try again tomorrow.
This brand had reached out to us about maybe 4 or 5 days before Saturday the 15th of August.
So Saturday the 15th is when everything went down.
Yeah, when we got hacked and everything.
A couple of days prior, I was trying to download the game, but nothing was working, or so I thought. Nothing was working. So on August 15th, the final day that I downloaded the game, I texted the individual and I was like, hey, it's still not working. I don't want to do this brand deal anymore because we're running into too many difficulties. They didn't reply. The individual that we were talking to was completely professional. They were talking to us in a way that every brand has always talked to us. You know, it was just completely professional. So the day that I tried to download the game for the final time, so while I was waiting for the brand coordinator to text me back, the internet goes out. The fucking internet in our house goes out. And so I'm like, okay, why did the internet go out? That's kind of weird.
Never happens.
Never. So I end up getting the internet back on, and then I randomly get a notification on my phone for a Google verification code because someone was trying to sign into our account. I checked the email and I seen there was 5 to 6 separate emails of all Google verification codes, just random Google verification codes. And then I refreshed it one more time, and then it was the same Google verification code, but this time it was in full Russian. So right off the bat, I was freaking the hell out. I was like, something's definitely not right. So I ended up refreshing the page and I was signed out of the account. When I realized I was signed out of the account, I knew in the back of my mind, we just got fucking hacked. So I checked our YouTube channel, and sure enough, the channel's name was changed. All of our videos were gone. Like, my heart fucking dropped. That is any YouTuber's worst fucking nightmare.
So he was inside the game room, like going through all this, like freaking the hell out. Then what happened to when you got on the phone with the bank?
Okay, so Anissa's mentioning the bank right now. The reason why she's mentioning the bank right now is because in our business email, obviously business transactions take place, W-9s, tax forms, super important stuff, bank related and stuff like that. In my mind, our channel was an important priority, but then I was also thinking about these important tax forms. These people have access to my social security, our address, everything. While I was on the phone with the bank, I literally ran in the room.
He ran inside our room. I had already heard him on the phone, but like I was just like, oh, whatever. Like he's just like on the phone with someone. And then he comes inside our room and I could see it in his eyes. Like he was panicking and he was like, look, he's like on the phone with them and he's like, yes. And he's like, babe, I don't know what you're gonna do, but don't freak out. I need you to get Google on the phone. Google, YouTube, get me a number and get someone on the phone. And I was like, okay. And he was just like, just do that. Don't freak out. And then I was like, all right.
I had to say that. Don't freak out.
And then he walked out of the room. So I was like, okay. So at first I was just thinking like, wait, like what? Like I was just confused, but I was like, okay, he said don't freak out. Like it can't be that bad. He said don't freak out. Like obviously he's handling it. So I'm like, I open up my laptop. I'm like Googling numbers. So I try to call this number for Google.
It's impossible.
They said, nope, like nobody's on the phone lines because of COVID. They're not working. So I'm like, what the hell? So let me try a YouTube contact number. Try to look it up. Nothing for YouTube came up. And then I ended up finding this other number for Google. Called that one, and that one says the same thing. Sorry, out of business right now, like because of COVID, whatever the hell. And they're like, but you can try to reach us through email. And there's no email to contact them. Yeah. So Devontae's still on the phone. He walks back in the room after like maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And he's like, who's on, did you get anyone on the phone? And I was like, nobody's available. Nobody's available to get on the phone. It's like COVID and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, what's happening? And when I was like, what's happening? What's going on? He was like, our channel got hacked. Our YouTube channel is hacked right now. And I was like, what? So Devontae got off the phone with the bank and he's like, our accounts are locked. Everything's locked. I'm not freaking out just yet. I don't think it had hit me yet, but I was kind of just like, no, like we're gonna be okay. Like we just have to call Google. Like we just have to, mind you guys, at this point, me and Devontae left our management agency maybe a week and a half ago.
I forgot to mention that.
Maybe like a week and a half ago, we left our management agency. Yeah. So we have no team behind us.
Anything
it's just
we did,
me and Devontae.
Exactly.
And so we were like tripping. We were like, what the hell are we gonna do? Right then and there, I was like, okay, we can't contact Google. COVID, we can't get on the phone with them. Let me try to find an email to email them. Yeah. We jump on Google and we're looking everywhere for a contact to contact Google. There's none.
Literally just forums on how to recover your account.
So then my first thought was Bramty. Let me hit up my homegirl Bramty and see what to do. Because like I said, we were by ourselves. There's no team behind us. And so I was like, I can't reach out to our old management because they're gonna be like, you're not signed with us, we're not helping you. So I reached out to Bramty. I'm like, I need your help. I don't know what to do. Bramty's like, hit up your management. You have to hit them up. You tell them that it's an emergency. So I'm like, okay. So I tell Devontae, email Joseph, email John, email all of our old management people basically. So Devontae's like, okay. So we email them. As we're doing all that, I realized that what's going on is very serious and I can't really tend to being a happy mom right now, trying to color and this and that. So immediately I was like, I need to call my mom. So I call my mom and I'm like crying. I just like break down and I was like, Mom, like our channel got hacked. I don't know what's going on. Like, and my mom's like, what? Like, what do you mean? How did it get hacked? And I'm trying to explain it to her, but then also trying to tell her like, Jules, she can't be in the house right now. Like we're trying to focus on this, blah, blah, blah. So immediately I'm like, I hang up with my mom and I call my sister and I'm like, can you please come and get Juliet? Take her to, be with her cousins. And I was like, our channel got hacked and we're trying to figure out how to get it back. My sister's like, I don't have my car right now. My husband's on his way back from work, but whenever he gets back, I'll go get her. So I'm like, okay. 30 minutes pass by. Within those 30 minutes, Jules is just like watching TV in her room, and me and Devontae are in our room, like on the computers, on the laptops, freaking out, still trying to email people, trying to figure out what the hell we're gonna do. My sister comes, she picks up Juliet. I'm crying to her. I'm like, I don't know what's about to happen. I don't know, like we can't get in contact with anyone. This is when me and Devontae started to realize that it's Saturday. And even if we did find an email or something for YouTube, they were not gonna reach back out to us until maybe the beginning of the week.
So I'm gonna say, can I say the Russian hackers? Can I say that?
Yeah, so the reason why we're saying Russian hackers is because if you guys don't know, if you Google the people who hacked us, they're from Russia. It's a Russian company, and they are known for doing this to YouTubers, and they've done it to unfortunately, a lot of other big YouTubers, and all the other YouTubers refer to them as the Russian hackers. So that's why we're calling them that. So if you're Russian and you watch us, it's no offense towards you. We love you. We're just saying. So
there are two situations that unfolded that convinced us that, you know, they're Russian hackers. One being, prior to all of this taking place, it seemed that our account was accessed from a Windows computer in Russia, and our password was changed in Russia. And also the other thing that happened was, like I mentioned, that Google verification thing that came in full Russian. These people, they knew what the fuck they were doing. They knew to wait until Saturday, because no one's gonna help anyone on a weekend in regards to Google and YouTube.
Remember what Devontae said when we were working with them, and he was trying to download the game the days before when it was weekdays. He was trying to download the game and it wasn't working.
But it was working. They did have access. I know they had access because I had downloaded the game.
And they kept saying that, oh, we'll just try tomorrow. We'll just try tomorrow. And they kept saying that. Then come Saturday and Devontae tried again, and that's when all this unfolded.
Exactly.
I kissed Juliet goodbye, pack her a bag real quick, and I'm like, I love you, baby. Mommy and daddy just gotta figure something out real quick, and then I'll go get you later on. So she's like, okay. She has no idea what's going on. She leaves to go have fun at my sister's house with her cousins. So as soon as Juliet leaves, I'm like crying, I'm freaking out. At that point, we started tweeting. And we started to let you guys know, because we started to get DMs and tweets from you guys saying like, what's wrong with your channel? Like, why is there some live stream on there? Like, why'd you guys change the name? Like,
live stream.
Yeah, so everyone was like, what is going on? So we started to see that you guys were noticing. So then I tweeted out, I was like, we see what's going on, we're trying to figure it out. Hours passed, we still hadn't figured it out. So then we start tweeting to try to get other people's help, to try to get YouTube's help. We just start tweeting at YouTube creators, all these things, whatever. At this point, it starts to get late, and we just figure out, like, it's the weekend. They're not gonna reach back out to us, and we literally just have to sit with knowing that somebody is inside our Gmail with all of our personal information, and somebody is taking over our YouTube account right now, and we just have to sit with it. Towards the end of the night, we started to look up videos of other YouTubers that were hacked by the same people, and YouTubers that were just hacked, period. And we started to see that some of them weren't getting their channel back very quickly. Some of them were having very, very poor communications with YouTube and things like that. So we started to really, really worry. The next day, Sunday, the 16th. Sunday, we had figured out that usually whenever we have a problem with YouTube or our channel or something like that, when you're a YouTuber, you have access to your creator support team, YouTube creator support team. And there's a live chat that you can go on. So we remembered that you can do that. So we go on, again, just a regular YouTube channel, we log into our regular one, not the Life of Us vlog, because we didn't have access to it. So we log into our regular ones and we're like, where is the live feed? Like, where can I ask like questions? Then Devontae ends up Googling like, where is it at? And I guess you can only chat live with YouTube creator support team if you are getting paid from YouTube. So,
which is fucking ridiculous.
Once we read that, we were like, wow. So we're not getting a hold of these people. Like, there's no way. We didn't have another account to try to talk to them. So a little bit after that, I had remembered, obviously, my best friend, Esther, is also a YouTuber, and she also gets paid through YouTube. So I was like, I'm gonna see if Esther will let us use her channel, which I already knew she would, but obviously I'm gonna ask. So I call her and I'm like, hey, can you come over? Obviously she's seen everything that was going on. She had messaged me and she was like, what the hell is going on? Whatever, I was freaking out. I told her like, hey, do you think you can come over? We need to use your YouTube channel. I was like, if you don't want to, you don't feel comfortable, that's completely fine, but we need to be able to try to get a hold of YouTube faster. They're not listening to our tweets or anything like that. So she's like, I'll send you the email and password right now. Like, she was like, I don't even need to go over. Like, I'll send you everything right now. So I was like, are you sure? And she was like, yeah. So Esther sent me everything, thank God, and I logged into her YouTube account and we started to live chat with somebody from YouTube. I'm gonna be honest, that didn't really get us anywhere. They were kind of just like, oh, okay, what's going on? And we told them and they were just like, okay, we're gonna have somebody reach out to you. And I was like, I don't think you understand. Like, this is like bad. Like, I was like, it's been a day now. We don't know what's going on. There's personal information in our email. Like, these hackers are like crazy. Like, I'm telling her all this stuff. And she's like, yeah, we're gonna have somebody reach out to you. So I'm like, okay.
So while we were both messaging the person on that YouTube chat, they ended up asking us for an email that, you know, the specialist team can use to reach out to us. So we gave our email and they said, you know, they should reach out to us within 24 hours, they said, right?
Yeah.
So they said within 24 hours, they'll have someone else reach out to us. So we're like, okay, that's fine. Close the thing. So I also want to keep in mind that throughout this entire process, the people that hacked our account were live streaming like this scam cryptocurrency type thing. So it was like literally like a jab to the fucking stomach throughout the entire time that we're trying to figure out how to get our account back. So after the messages with the support team on YouTube, Anicia had mentioned to me that Bram T ended up giving her a rep that she knew from YouTube. So I was like, dope. I was like, dope. Like that's another person we could reach out to.
Thank God, yes.
So we ended up emailing that person. We emailed like literally 7 or 8 different people that we knew like through YouTube, whether it may have been our management team or just like brands that we've worked with in the past that we were really cool with. The thing that was like kind of bothering us the most, especially with our management company, was they could only really like give us the resource that we need to get our channel back if we are partnered with them. So they were super limited in regards to what they could do or could provide because we were no longer partnered with them.
Which honestly, I get it. It makes sense. And like, you know, they're a business and they got to do what they got to do, which I completely understand. Them even replying, because they did reply and they were like, yeah, we're going to do everything that we can. But they did let us know our resources are limited though, because you guys are not signed with us anymore. But for me to just see that they were even gonna try, I was like, I'm grateful, like thank you.
Yeah, most definitely.
So at that point, Bram T had given me a YouTube rep, so I was like, okay, cool. We emailed this YouTube rep. At this point, it's already like 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and then Devontae gets on another live chat with YouTube, and he starts telling them the same exact thing. That person ends up being like, oh, you already talked to my colleague about this.
Yes.
And we're like, yeah, and we're just trying to see what's going on.
Yeah,
like,
we wanted
need our
an
channel.
update.
Yeah, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna text you guys. I mean,
within
not text,
24
sorry.
hours.
They're like, yeah, we're gonna email you guys within 24 hours. Just wait on that email. And I was just like, 24 hours, like, so then
we had to be patient. We had to be as patient as possible, even though these people were live streaming. So throughout this entire process, we're trying to keep you guys updated as much as possible. We start posting on our stories. We're tweeting. A lot of you guys are DMing us and adding us on Twitter and adding YouTube, adding YouTube support team.
Once it started to get later on Saturday, so many of you guys were tweeting YouTube like, do something, like this channel's hacked.
But it's so fucking weird. I'm sorry, I love YouTube. YouTube's
so many of you guys were tweeting them. Some of you guys were even tweeting at other YouTubers, bigger YouTubers, to be like, hey, can you help them out? And I did see a few of you guys tweeting like at Bram T and being like, hey, you need to help them out. But little did you guys know, she was helping me out. It was behind the scenes. Just because you guys don't see everything on the internet doesn't mean it's not happening, okay? And she was helping us.
Yeah, that's a good point too. I also want you guys to understand that at the end of the day, no one really needs to help. Like,
nobody owes us anything.
Exactly, no one owes us anything. So if we seen a tweet where, you know, you guys were tagging these individuals and we favored it because you guys are saying, oh, like, you guys need to help these YouTubers. No one needed to help us. We just kind of wanted to retweet things and favorite things so that way more and more people would extend their help out to us if they could.
If it wasn't for you guys, like a lot of people wouldn't have seen what was going on.
Exactly.
And YouTube creators, the verified account on Twitter ended up DMing him, and they ended up DMing me.
Yeah, so they're pretty much asking us, hey, what happened? We gave them information, we gave them an email that they could best reach out to us, and they pretty much told us, again, everything going on, COVID, delayed responses, and because it's the weekend, it's gonna be, you know, a delayed response.
Yeah.
So we were just sitting there like, all right,
again,
like we just have to wait. It was literally just a waiting game. And I feel like it's so hard for us to sit there and wait because these people are live streaming on our account, bro. Like,
my mom was calling me like, Anissia, I keep getting notifications that they're going live. They're live on your YouTube channel. I was like, Mom, I know. There's nothing we can do about it. Like,
on top of all this, we were losing subscribers by the minute, and in total,
we lost a little bit over 4,000 subscribers. And
I know we can get them back super quick. I want to sound as grateful as possible. I don't want to sound ungrateful because, you know, there's a lot of creators out there, up and coming creators, who it's hard for them to get, you know, subscribers. But this account, bro, like, we put blood, literally blood, sweat, and tears into this account for 3 years. This account is a whole image, it's a whole book of our lives ever since we first started YouTube. Juliet's like life, just getting older and just growing up, like they just took that from us like so instantly,
so quickly. For us to one day have it and just be so comfortable, everything's fine, and then the next moment we have nothing. The videos are gone, the profile pictures changed, the name is changed, and at that, who we are working for, YouTube, they're not reaching back out to us. Like, they just weren't, which I get it. It was the weekend, it was COVID, whatever, but it was just like, we just felt so helpless. We
felt lost. We were definitely in the dark. We were by ourselves. We didn't really have, I mean, we had these people that we emailed, but we weren't really getting responses, especially because it was the weekend. And again, we didn't really expect responses, but at the same time, we didn't know what to expect because
we were just trying to do everything. Like, we were like trying to make sure that we're reaching out to everyone that we can. So around 5:30 or 6 o'clock, me and Devontae just got into this mode again where we were like, it's the weekend. We've done everything that we can today, which was Sunday. We're in Sunday now. We were telling ourselves we've done everything we can. We cannot let this take over us. And I started to tell Devontae, like, this is happening for a reason, babe. I don't know what reason this is, but I can just feel it. That's something. There's a reason this is happening, and we'll figure it out soon. And I was like, if you guys know me, if you've been watching our channel for a long time, you know that I can get in a very, very dark place sometimes. And this was
her anxiety.
Triggering. This was triggering me so bad, and so bad where literally Jules wasn't even here. I was literally like, I am not okay right now. Like, it was not good because, again, I felt helpless. I felt like, I don't know, like, I just felt like nobody cared. Not nobody cared, but like the people who should have cared, YouTube, I felt like they didn't care. Like, it was kind of just like, yeah, we're working on it.
I feel like the only thing that was kind of helping us was seeing your guys' tweets on Twitter, seeing your guys' DMs, and one of the major things that helped us was Joey and Jasmine. Like,
I just want to say before you say anything, me and Devontae, during this whole chaotic 3 days, we really did pay attention to who was calling us, who was messaging us, and who was basically trying to help us. Even if they couldn't help us, who was just texting us and calling us being like, everything's gonna work out okay, everything's gonna be okay, call me if you need anything. Even to family and friends who didn't reach out to us, we see that. And I hope you are watching this, and if you feel uncomfortable, you're one of those people. We see that you weren't there for us in one of the times that we didn't really need you, but we needed you. Towards the end of the day on Sunday, I was like, let's just accept it. This is happening for a reason. I don't know what, but we did all we can today. Let's just make dinner. Devontae grills up some steaks for us. We're listening to music in the kitchen. He burned the steaks. Yes, he did. We're listening to music in the kitchen, and we know of a movie we're gonna watch and whatever. We go upstairs. By this time, it's around 7:30 or 8 o'clock, somewhere around there. And what happened?
These fucking people, the hackers, they sent us a message saying, I quote, If you want to get your channel back, send Gmail to which I will rebind it, and $1,000 on this Bitcoin address. You have 12 hours. Don't try to do anything. We are fully crypted, and of course this number is fake. If you don't know how to do it, Google buy Bitcoin. They had the fucking audacity. These people had the audacity to add into this message and say, you are on the clock. I send this screenshot to YouTube. I send this to the emails. I send this to YouTube and on Twitter, and I'm like, look at what these fucking people are saying. If this is not enough information for you to fucking verify that our channel is hacked, I don't know what is.
Yeah, like it was insane. All the videos that we had seen of people saying that, oh, their channel got hacked or whatever, we've never seen that. Nobody ever reached back out saying like, hey, if you want your channel back, blah, blah, and trying to like blackmail you. And I was like, no, we're not messaging them back.
Low-key wanted to message them back, and I was like, it's $1,000. Like, it's $1,000 on my fucking channel. Like, I don't care. Like, just take the $1,000. Give me my channel back. I was literally on the verge of messaging them saying, send me proof that the videos are set to private, because we didn't know if our videos were set to private or if they were deleted.
We go on Twitter and we still see that even though it's late, you guys are still tweeting everyone, and then we see this really cool tweet.
Yes, while I was checking my Twitter feed, I seen that another big YouTuber that we watch often, by the name of Charles Davis. If you guys don't know who he is, he has a channel with his wife by the name of Charles and Alyssa Forever, so their link will be in the description down below. Yes. Not like they need it because they have millions of subscribers, so make sure you guys check their channel out. So right off the bat, I DM'd him, and we were pretty much going back and forth in DMs, and he ended up giving me a rep from YouTube that he knew. And so right off the bat, I was like, dude, that's fucking dope. Like, it's another person we could reach out to. It's another resource.
So one step closer to getting our channel back.
So I ended up messaging the rep that he provided, and so we were kind of, you know, again, waiting for replies from all the emails that we sent out, because again, it was Saturday and Sunday throughout the entire time that we were reaching out to people.
So again, shout out to Charles and Alyssa. We love you guys. We end up obviously going to bed, hoping that the next day is Monday. Hopefully YouTube's gonna email us back. Hopefully Google's gonna email us back. Hopefully our ex-managers will have some answers for us. Like, we're just hoping to wake up to that. We
didn't wake up to shit. We woke up to scotch, like we didn't wake up to anything.
Yeah, nobody had emailed us back, which honestly, like, there's really kind of nothing that they can do. These people were just like reps, you know what I'm saying? They're not just, they're not the behind the scenes for YouTube.
Especially everything going on with COVID, like, you know, it's understandable.
So we didn't wake up to any emails back, which sucked so bad, but we immediately still got right back to work. We start emailing people again, being like, hey, they sent this to us last night. Hey, do you guys have any updates for us? Hey, blah, blah, blah. Again, tweeting all day. We retweeting all of your guys' tweets. You guys are tweeting so much, DMing us, being like, hey, they're live, whatever the hell. So then, wait, what happened?
How you gonna do that and be like, what happened?
Okay, so something to mention, throughout this entire time, there's an option, obviously, when you try to log into your Gmail account, there's a little blue button or whatever it is, and it says forgot password. Throughout this whole time, we kept pressing forgot password on everything, and it kept telling us, it kept giving us this message right here.
Which is super weird because we have never ever seen that before. It normally gives you the option to put in a backup code, a previous phone number, a previous password.
Yeah, something. So we were like, damn, what did these people do? Like, what the heck? So then, this is Monday morning now. Monday morning, I was like, okay, let me just try it again. I already know what's gonna be the answer right there, but who cares?
Hope,
like, let me just try it.
We had so much hope.
Yeah, we had hope that we were gonna get our channel back. So I try it. I try to log in again. I press forgot password, and it gave me the option to leave my email. So that way YouTube could reach back out to us. And it said, leave us an email. We've seen some unusual activity on this account, so we're gonna get back to you. So I was like, babe, what the hell? Like
we immediately jumped up because that was like the first good news. Or like first like
type of feedback.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So immediately I leave my email, and then Devontae's like, well, I'm gonna try to do it on my phone. He tries to do it, and it does the same thing for him. So then he leaves his email, and we did that a couple of times.
We're spamming it with different emails.
And to different emails that we have access to. Then it gives us the message basically saying that the account is now locked. and it says the account is locked because there's been some unusual activity on this account, and Google will reach back out to us with those emails that we provided
within 24 hours.
Within 24 hours. Yes. So
but that was good news.
That was good news for us because now Google's saying, okay, now nobody's in the account.
Yeah.
Not you, not the Russian, nobody is in the account. Well, I don't know, whoever. Now they're saying like nobody's in the account's locked. So we're like, oh my God, yes.
Yes.
So, and a reason why we knew that it was that because they weren't live streaming anymore. And the day before that,
throughout the entire day, they weren't live streaming. So
yeah,
like,
so this had happened kind of around like 12 or 1-ish in the afternoon. And so throughout the entire day, the only time that they had went live was at 6 in the morning, and after that they weren't live anymore. So
by this time we did start getting a couple of replies from our previous management. That's when they had told us, you know, keep me updated with everything that's going on. I did notify someone on the YouTube side. There's only so much we can do, however, because you aren't signed with us. The rep that Charles had given us, she reached out to us. The rep that Bramty had given us, she had not reached out to us, which is completely understandable. Everything that's going on with COVID, understandable. Who cares?
Yeah, so basically we did get some replies later on in the afternoon, so we were like grateful.
We're getting hope. It was one step closer.
So at this point, it's already about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. People are messaging me like, hey, any updates? What's going on? I'm like, there's not really any updates. The account's locked now so that we know, and blah, blah, blah. I'm calling my sister because I'm like, I miss my baby. I'm doing kind of good now, so I think I want her to come home now. I go to my sister's house with Devontae, and I'm sitting in her house. Juliet's putting her shoes on so we can leave, and I'm kind of just updating my sister on everything.
I'm just on Twitter the entire time, just looking at your guys' DMs. I'm not even talking because like in my mind, like I kid you guys not, like I had mentioned previously, we were like, our minds were like,
it was crazy.
It was insane. Our minds have never like our minds were so jacked up. I'm
sitting there kind of like updating my sister on what's been going on that day. And I was telling her how on Twitter, the verified YouTube creator's Twitter account had DM'd me, basically trying to like be like, hey, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And I was telling her how I wasn't able to reply to them. And I still don't know why. So I gotta figure that out. But anyways, I was telling her how I wasn't able to reply to them, and I was like, yeah, it says I'm not allowed to like message that person. And she was like, did they block you? And I was like, no, I'm still following them. Like, they didn't block me, like, I don't know. So as I tell her that, I'm like, yeah, like I'm still following them, I don't know. And I was like, wait, let me like read you the full message that they sent me. I pull up my phone, I open up Twitter. As I'm going to click on that message, I look at my DMs and I see that Catherine from the TheACEFamily DM'd me on Twitter. So I read it like 3 different times because I was like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Like, what?
Do you guys know who Catherine Brewer is?
Oh my gosh!
Yo, we needed that.
Oh my gosh,
because your ass can't drive. God.
Austin, I can drive better than you, okay? So stop.
Why they got a costume that look like you?
Austin, that doesn't look anything like me at all. This looks like you.
Nah, bro, that look like... Put your face right here, bro, for real, for 2 seconds.
So I read it like 3 times, her name. I read the thing like 3 times to see the verified check mark and everything, and I was like, Devontae. And he's like, what?
I immediately looked up and I was like, what? Like,
yeah, because like I jumped up. I was like,
yeah,
Devontae.
she literally jumped up and she was just like looking at her phone.
And he was like, what? And I was like, Catherine from the TheACEFamily just DM'd me on Twitter. And he's like, shut the fuck up. And I was like, no, Catherine from the TheACEFamily. And I'm like showing him my phone like she just messaged me on Twitter.
So when I seen it, I was like, this is a screenshot. There's no fucking way. But it obviously wasn't a screenshot because it was Twitter DMs. Like,
yeah. So he's like, well, what does she say? So I read the message and she is basically telling me like, hey, like, give me your information on like the YouTube channel. I'm gonna send it to my rep from YouTube. So I'm like, okay, yeah. So I'm like trying to message her back and Twitter won't let me message her back. It was like telling me I wasn't allowed to text her. So I was like, oh, maybe it's because I'm not following her. So I follow her and then it still wouldn't let me do it. So I was like, what the hell? So as I'm like trying to figure out why can I not respond to her, she messages me again and she's like, actually, here's my rep's number. I just asked him if I can give it to you. Reach out to him. He's gonna get you your channel back.
Yeah.
And she's like, stay blessed. So Devontae's like, message them, like message that person, because now this is another person that we could reach out to see, like,
resource, which we were feeling completely blessed because we had like resources upon resources, even though we weren't getting as many replies as we would have liked to.
It was just us trying to get to so many people at YouTube that was just to get noticed, you know? So as I'm texting the guy, Devontae goes on Twitter to see like how Catherine even seen that. Cause like there's no way Catherine knows who we are. Then Devontae goes and he's like, oh, she saw one of our supporters tweets and because she quoted it.
Yeah, she quoted one of our supporters' tweets, and the supporter that she quoted, her name is Alexis.
So a special shout out to Alexis though. If I don't know how you got on Catherine's timeline, but you did. So I text this person that she gives us the number for, and I'm like, hey, this is what's going on, can you help us? He immediately starts calling me. So I'm like, Devontae, this person's calling me. Mind you, we haven't even left my sister's house. We're still in my sister's house, like, what the heck?
Yeah.
So then the guy calls me, I pick up and I'm like, hi. And he's like, hey, so what's going on? So I tell him everything and he's like asking for all of the information to the YouTube account. And I'm like, okay, yeah. And at this point, the reason why I was so hyped was because I was on the phone with someone. I was on the phone with somebody. We had been contacting everyone through emails, and that's it, literally just emails, and people were getting back to us, but very slowly. So to be able to get on the phone with somebody and be like, hey, this is what's happening, and explain it all really quickly instead of sitting there typing it out, not knowing when they're gonna read that email, it was like,
it was a blessing. Like,
it was just like, okay, at least this person, I don't know if he works for YouTube, whatever, at least he's listening to me. So I tell him everything and he's like, okay, so from what I could see, I'm gonna start off by locking down your channel and I will call you back with the next steps. So I'm like, okay. And I hang up and I tell Devontae and I'm like, he said he's gonna lock down our YouTube channel, make sure nobody else is on it, there's no more activity on it, and then he's gonna get back to us.
While Anicia was on the phone with the rep had mentioned, he was like, so from what I could see, all of your videos are set to private.
Yeah.
So that alone,
he was like, your videos aren't deleted.
That alone let me know, like, he's for reals. Like, he's for sure gonna at least try to help us because he's looking at our channel.
Yeah.
He's literally looking at our channel while talking to us. Yeah. What exactly did she say that gave us like complete hope that it was gonna happen?
So with everyone, with all the big YouTubers that were messaging us trying to help us out, everyone was kind of like, hey, message this person, see what they can do. Email this person, see what they can do.
Yeah, exactly.
Do this, see what they can do. Our managers, they were like, well, we're gonna try to see what we can do. Like, everyone was just like, we're not making any promises, but we're just gonna see what we can do.
We're gonna see what we can do.
Which we were so grateful for. Like, we were just like,
of course,
thank you so much, like, help us please, we're by ourselves.
But Catherine's message in particular hit completely different, not because of who she was, but because of what she said.
So the way she worded it was kind of like, hit this person up, he's gonna get your channel back. There was no like, oh, maybe he might be able to do something and this and that. She was like, he's gonna get your channel back.
Yeah.
So call him.
So she spoke that into existence.
Yes. So I was like, okay. So I get off the phone with this guy. We drive off to go home and we stop at this place to grab him some food. Then I look at his phone and I see that Catherine messaged him too on Twitter.
It was dope.
And she was like, hey, I just messaged your wife, blah, blah, blah. Give him all the information as well and whatever. So the only difference was Devontae could message her back, but I couldn't.
It was so weird. I don't know why.
So whatever. So Devontae starts messaging her. They're going back and forth talking about like what's going on, whatever. So we end up getting back to our house at around like maybe 7:30, 8 o'clock again.
But we were happy as I kid you not, we didn't even get our channel back yet. But we were so happy. We were listening to what's that Miley Cyrus song?
I don't know. I asked you earlier what's the name of it.
When I Look at You by Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, so the reason why we were listening to that though is because the first night that our channel had got hacked, we watched that movie, which we probably shouldn't have because it was a really sad movie. But just that song playing and just me and him, it was literally just me and him by ourselves, and I'm such a mess, and Devontae's like who I look to hold me together, and the song is just always gonna remind us of this time.
Exactly.
So basically, we're on our way home and we're listening to the song and we're like, it's gonna be okay. And I'm like speaking positive and I'm like, babe, I'm telling you, I just have a good feeling about this. Like with Bramfam's reps, with Charles reps, with our managers reaching out to YouTube, with our emails going back and forth with YouTube, and Catherine's rep, like I was like, I feel like we're gonna get our channel back. So we get home and Catherine's rep texts me and he's like, okay, so the account's locked.
Which we're like, all right. Like,
so he's like, which mind you, only like 30 minutes had passed since I had left my sister's house and got back home.
Yeah.
So he's like, so I locked down the account. I just sent you an email from Google. Go ahead and fill that out for me. So I'm like, okay. Then Devontae's like, on his phone doing whatever, and what did you do?
So while Anissia is doing everything that the rep had originally told her to do, I had logged back on to Gmail, and something was telling me, just try it one more time. See if you could lock the account, see what happens if it gives you the same message, just try it one more time.
Trying to log in.
Exactly. So I tried to log into the account. I didn't know the password, so I chose forgot password. The moment I pressed forgot password, it prompted me the option to send a code to my phone.
His cell phone number.
My phone number.
Which was originally on the account.
Not the hacker's phone number, because when you do this, you see the last 2 digits of the phone number. It wasn't those 2 digits anymore. It was my 2 digits. 78. 78. 78. It said 78. It said 78. Yeah. So I was like, okay, let me see what happens when I do this.
He's like, babe, it just gave me, it's telling me to send me a code to my phone. And I was like, what?
Yeah, she stops doing what she does immediately. So I sit down with her, I'm like, okay, let's not get too hyped up, even though I'm hyped the hell up. Like, I sit down next to her, I'm like, chill out, stop getting too hyped.
That's a lie.
So, I press the option to send the code. Seconds later, I get the fucking code to have access to our account, you guys.
Mind you guys, I haven't even took off my purse yet. We are still we just walked in the house.
Dude, we get access to the account, right? We see all of our emails. We just look at each other and we're like,
and I'm like, wait,
this is
babe.
fake. So we tried to sign into our YouTube account. We sign into our YouTube account using the phone number, and it goes through.
And we see how they changed the name. We see the
yeah. So immediately, I'm like, if we got access to the account, then the hackers know about it. They had to have gotten some type of notification, whether it was through their phone or whatever. So I was like, I'm taking my ass upstairs. I literally bolt upstairs, change the password, change the recovery email, change everything associated with the account. So
as Devontae's running upstairs, I text Catherine's rep and I'm like, hey, we're in the account. We just got back in. And he's like, oh yeah, that's super cool. Make sure you guys are changing all the passwords and everything like that. And he's like, yeah, we're working on everything right now. And he's like, from what I could see, like I said, your videos are private or whatever. And I was like, okay, but we're in the account.
We're in the account.
Yes, I was like, we got the account back. And I'm telling him thank you so much. I was like, oh my God, you don't understand. This means everything to me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Basically, after that, I start calling my mom. I start calling my sister. I'm calling my friends. I text Bramty. I'm like, oh yeah. And then we text Catherine. We text all these people. And we're like, we got the account back. We got the account back. Catherine's happy for us. Everyone's happy for us. Everyone's like, oh my God, yay. And then after that, we're like, wait, when do we tell our supporters? When do we tell you guys that we got the account back? And
we wanted to so fucking bad, and to this moment we want to just
to this moment as we're filming this video, you guys don't know we got the account back.
No, some do. Well, they don't know for sure that we have the account back, but as of right now,
that our videos
are live. The name is set back to normal. Our account picture is set back to normal.
So for the rest of the night, me and Devontae are just so happy. We're so happy. Everything just feels so good, and we just started to realize oh my God, we have our channel back. It was the worst days of our entire, I don't want to say my entire life, but it was
in a long time.
In our entire career.
Yeah.
It was the worst days of our entire career.
We're so upset too because we had 3 videos set to go live. No, we had 3 or 4.
3 or 4, I don't remember.
Yeah. So we were literally set. We would literally talk to each other. We're like, this day, starting this day, which was Saturday, I was editing. Mm-hmm. We were gonna keep on posting back to back to back to back, which, I know we always say that, but this time
we really were. We
were set on it, and now we're fucking set on it.
Yeah, we just had to post this so that way you guys know, the story of what happened.
We had our Oregon trip, we had our hiking trip, we had a vlog we wanted to post, but after this, we're gonna be posting that.
I know that we're a smaller YouTube channel, and it just made me feel really good, and it just made me feel like not the whole YouTube community is toxic. So I don't know, it just made me feel really good.
Because there are a lot of creators out there who are just self-absorbed. There's a lot of creators out there who will see, individuals like us going through what we're going through and be like, oh, what the fuck.
Any of these YouTubers could have easily been like, that sucks.
Yeah, that's not my problem. Like,
but I have
reach
other
out to
things to do.
YouTube.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like at the end of the night, we just prayed and we thanked God and we thanked everyone in our heads for helping us out. And we were just, at the end of the day, just really, really grateful. And we kind of just made this a lesson learned. And we also took the time the next morning and the rest of the night to basically just let ourselves know that, like, not to take this platform for granted.
With all that being said, this is now the outro of the video. This has pretty much concluded our story time of a nightmare. But before we end out our video, I really do want to make a portion of our video to give dues, to give thanks to the people who really deserve those things.
Yeah.
First and foremost, I want to start off with Joey and Jasmine. Thank you guys so much for you guys' communication with us, especially during that rough time. We love you guys more than you could ever imagine. Bramty, Lewis, we love you guys more than anything. Thank you guys so much for extending your help out to us.
Yeah.
Our supporters as a fucking whole. We love you guys more than you could ever imagine. If it was not like, oh my gosh. If it was not for you guys, none of this would have ever been possible. This that you're wearing, anything, well, I mean, it would be possible, but none of what we have.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, none of what we have right now would have been possible. I'm just gonna say that. Alexis, girl. Alexis, thank you so much for extending your help for us. And, you know, that ultimately got Catherine to, you know, see your tweet and to reach out to us. Charles, thank you so much to you and your wife for extending your guys' help as well. We're gonna be putting something together in the future after, you know, you guys are done with your show or whatever. All of the individuals that we reached out to in regards to emails, our previous management, even though we had a rough time. Thank you guys so much for the help that you guys extended out to us as well.
It's gonna be hard for us to go down and thank every single rep that we emailed and everything like that, which I'm sure they don't even want to be in our video, but thank you guys.
Yeah, YouTube, the communication fucking sucks. I'm just gonna say that right now, the communication sucks, but thank you for everything that you guys have done for us, the platform that you guys have given us. Last but not least, thank you so much, Catherine, for what you have done. Honestly, like, I can go hours explaining how thankful I am. I can go hours explaining how thankful we are as a family. You really saved our asses.
Yeah.
Like, you really saved our asses. And I know that you, listen, if we win the lottery, okay, if we win the lottery, we become billionaires, I promise, like,
listen, when we
gonna,
get up to your guys' level, okay? When we get up to your guys' level, we're gonna put something together. Maybe we'll buy y'all Lambo, who knows, like.
Oh, yeah. Like, they need it.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, thank you guys, really, shout out to the TheACEFamily, thank you guys so much.
We love everyone, all of our supporters as a whole. Everyone who noticed this issue right off the bat within the first hour, we love you guys more than anything. I don't know what to say. Like, thank you guys so much for everything that you guys have ever done for us.
We're almost at 700,000 subscribers, and
we're close. We're so close. I know we can get there.
Only
Just
10,000 more subscribers.
I know, dude. We got this. If we can get through a channel hack, we can get to 1 million subscribers. All right, so if you guys haven't already, make sure you smash this video with a huge thumbs up. Also, go ahead and subscribe to our channel because we're the fucking Life of Us vlogs,
The
bro.
Life of Us vlogs. You heard it here. Every single time we what? Yeah, bitch.
Also, hit that bell icon down below to get notified every single time we what?
Post a new video.
And so for those of you who are new to this channel, is relatively new, my name is Devontae.
My name is Anicia,
and this is the Life of Us vlogs, where every day it's more. No, can we both say it, babe? Because I feel like they deserve it. They deserve it. On the count of 3, okay? We're both gonna say it. And this is the first time, I think this is the first time we've ever said it together, alright? Where every day it's more bullshit. Also, one more thing. Because you think the people that hacked us are watching this, right?
I feel like they are.
Yeah. Message us on WhatsApp and maybe we'll give you our channel for $1,000.